Okay, let's take a look at number 12 on page 234. The points indicated on the graph shown represent the x-intercepts and the max and min values. So determine the coordinates of points B, C, D, and E if y equals 3 sine 2x and A has the coordinates 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so given y equals 3 sine 2x and point A was 0, 0, we have in our equation A equals 3, and the amplitude is the absolute value of 3, so the amplitude is 3. So this will be going up 3, and B is 2. So the period is 2 pi over 2, or pi. So here we have pi. Okay, 1, 2, pi. Okay, so for point B, a maximum, it occurs at 1/4 of the period. So that point will be pi over 4 and our max of 3. Points C and E, they're x-intercepts, and they occur at half the period and end of period. So they will occur at pi over 2 and 0 and pi and 0. For point D, it's a minimum, and that occurs at 3/4 of the period. So that will be the point 3 pi over 4 negative 3. Okay, let's take a look at B. Determine the coordinates of points if y equals 2 cos x and B has the coordinates 0, 2. 0, 2. Okay, well, here we have in our formula A equals 2, and the amplitude is the absolute value of 2. So the amplitude is 2. B equals 2 pi. So B is 1, so the period is 2 pi. Sorry, B is 1. So the period is 2 pi over 1, which is 2 pi. Okay. Points C and E are x-intercepts, and they are at 1/4 and 3/4 of period. So therefore, this is pi over 2 and 0, and 3 pi over 2 and 0. Point D, which is a minimum, occurs at half the period. So therefore it is pi and negative 2. Point F is a maximum, and it occurs at the end of the period. So it will be at 2 pi 2. C. Determine the coordinates of the points B, C, D, and E if y equals sine 1/2 x and A has the coordinates of negative 4 pi 0. That's A. Okay, so given the equation, we have A is equal to 1. The amplitude is 1. And B is equal to 1/2. So the period is 2 pi over the absolute value of 1/2, or 4 pi. So for point B, we have a maximum, and it occurs at 1/4 of the period. So it will be negative 3 pi and 1. Points C and E are our x-intercepts, and they occur at half the period and end of period. So they will be negative 2 pi 0 and 0, 0. For point D, it's a minimum at 3/4 of the period. So it will be at negative pi negative 1.